Last week, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida was host to a unique and challenging Chicago-style track that saw some wild results, including Brandon Adam flipping his truck in the same race Tyler Richmond was disqualified in for red lighting, giving Andrew Sheets a bye run into the finals. There, Andrew faced defending winner from Detroit, Trevor Amos, who was able to take his second consecutive racing win. The freestyle competition saw wild leaps and incredible crashes, with Mark Colineri and Wicked Willys making his season debut out first, holding the lead for most of the night. It was only in the last few runs where we saw Trevor Amos, Gajewski, and Tyler Richmond all stack up 45-point scores, but in the end it was Brandon Adam who was able to pull out in front with a score of 46 and secure his second freestyle victory of the season. This week will be one of the most challenging of the season, as two shows will be held on back-to-back nights, starting here at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, with one of the largest floors we've seen since Montreal a few weeks ago. With a large starting tabletop and tight turns, racing should be a battle of speed and control. Meanwhile, the freestyle track is going to be a challenge, with an enormous center stack and a variety of obstacles that are sure to keep these drivers in check. Will Trevor Amos tie Brandon Adam for consecutive racing event wins, or will we see someone else take home a trophy? Can Tyler Richmond take back his freestyle points lead from Brandon Adam? Find out soon as Week 6 of NAMT starts right now.
We are back for Week 6 of North American Monster Trucks here in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This massive floor is going to host this amazing racing event where we have some big storylines that we're going to cover later on, but calling all this amazing action alongside me, lead gunner Danny Mackey back in the booth. Danny, are you excited to see how this racing event's going to play out?
Yeah, this should be a fun one tonight. Track looks pretty straightforward for these guys. Not too many places for weird hiccups or unexpected outcomes. So it should just be some good old-fashioned head-to-head racing, and freestyle should really be exciting as well.
And starting off our racing bracket is actually going to be Brandon Adam and Marcus Santana. Now, if we remember back to the first 3 weeks of the series, Brandon Adam had that 3-race win streak, and he's back here again starting the bracket off. As you see, the drivers are going to stage at near the backflip ramps on those elevated platforms. It's going to be a really interesting style. It's almost a Jersey style, but the starting lines are behind the turns.
Yeah, kind of a mix between Jersey style and where you see the chicane start in like Las Vegas. So it should be interesting to see how these guys handle it.
We're going to see these guys roll down the start line here in a second as both of them are running up at the line. Dead even off the line as they drop down off the elevation, coming around to that sharp turn around the cars and the tires, and leading first time by is going to be Brandon Adam by half a truck.
Yeah, Brandon's always been one to be dialed in on these tracks all season long. Has had the points lead all season, and it looks like in this final turn he's going to hold on to it for a first round win over Marcus Santana.
Great start in this bracket for Brandon Adam, and we're going to see if he can get his 4th racing win of the series in only week 6 of the league.
Yeah, really surprising with the racing results we've seen so far this season. Only 2 people have won a racing bracket, and it was Brandon Adam the first 3 weeks, and it's been Trevor Amos the past 2 weeks, going for potentially tying Brandon for 3 consecutive. We'll see him later tonight.
And coming on next for racing, we've got Tyler Richmond in the Outbreak truck and Alex Lindgren in the Willman on the start line right now. Even off the line, possibly a little advantage for Alex, but as they come around the turn, they've evened it out, and but Alex clips the car a little bit, and Tyler's going to lead it.
Yeah, so it looked like he one-tired there for Alex Lundgren over the first time by, got tripped up on the turn cars, and as it goes through to the last turn, Tyler Richmond smoothly clips the turn car as well, but he's going to take it easily. The 21.4254 for Tyler Richmond in outbreak.
Yeah, this is a tricky course. You have the tighter turn on the one end, about the same on the other, but you have to keep consistent. The racing lanes here are a little tight, so you have to straighten it out before you hit that jump.
Yeah, definitely room to get open and carry some speed, but if you get caught up in those turn cars, it's going to be a bad time.
And coming out next, Trevor Michaelesco in Backlash and Alex Ferrullo in Pure Muscle. As we see, Alex is taking the gray lane there, being thrown into that lane by Trevor Michaelesco with lane choice. Alex with a slight lead off the line. He cuts it nice and tight around the fun box and continues that tightness around that first turn. He's had a beautiful pass so far. He leads by about a truck.
Yeah, trying to pull it away here in the last time around the course. Haven't really seen too much of a lead shift here going through to the last turn, but it is narrowing up a little bit. But it'll still be Alex Ferrullo taking that. Might have had some issues there at the end of the race.
Alex Ferrullo in Pure Muscle is going to win that one, as he had the advantage over the line. A small technical difficulty over the line for him, though. It kind of stuck him there, but he did cross the line first in that race. And our next race out is John Zimmer, Terminal Velocity, and Josh Gajewski in Control Freak. Haven't seen John Zimmer in a while. We definitely saw him earlier in the season. Haven't seen him for a couple weeks, and he's back here. Obviously, Josh Gajewski's had a pretty successful last couple of weeks, as both of them line up stage of the line.
The officials just getting set here before this next race. Should be a good matchup here.
Clean off the line. Josh drops down a lot. He makes it stick though when he's sliding into the first turn, but it looks like there's still an advantage to John at this point by half a truck.
Yeah, Gajewski clipped a bit of a turn car there on the exit of the turn, and it looks like Zimmer might be able to hold on here, clean through the last turn and through to the finish by about a truck length here, as John Zimmer and that Terminal Velocity will move it on to the next round. And we're going to take a moment here as we're midway through the first round of racing to take a look at our brackets leading in to the end of round one into round two at this time. We'll be seeing Andrew Sheets and Damian Bowers heading up next. Andrew Sheets, number 2 qualifier tonight, and Jake Ernez and Tim Smith heading up. And we'll be keeping an eye on Trevor Amos as he'll be looking to take on Magnus Birkeland. Trevor going for 3 consecutive wins tonight, and then Tyler May and Vincent Acker to round out the first half of round one. Could be exciting to see how that plays out, as it looks like we're going to get back into the action in just a second here.
Yeah, our next race is going to be pulling on the line right now. Andrew Sheets in the Skella Dragon and Damian Bowers in Untapped Rage.
Looks like we're just going to take a moment here before Damien is able to pull it on the track. Might be having some issues with the truck real quick. We'll get that straightened out. Saw Andrew able to make it to the final round of racing last week. Got to wonder what he'll be able to do if he can continue that way. To take out the current consecutive racing event winner Trevor Amos on the way there. I don't know how you feel about that, Aaron.
Yeah, I do believe that Andrew's luck is turning around, though, and I think that he could possibly go on a tear for the remainder of the season if he can just figure it out. He's had some difficulty, he's spun out in some turns, clipped some turn cars. If he can just get some solid laps down, I think he could be a contender at taking this racing event win.
Yeah, only about 30 to 40 points behind first and second place for the overall points this season. Definitely not something out of reach for him, though, in the final few events. I think we're about to get back into the action here.
Damien being thrown into the gray lane. We've seen that a couple times where the lane choice goes to the blue lane. They prefer the left turns. We're going to see if that plays out in this race, too. Dead even off the line. Going into the turn. Looks like Andrew takes it wider into the turn, but Damien's clipped the car. He's all over the place, but he keeps it straight over the jump.
Yeah, consistently seeing people having issues in that black lane with those turn cars. We'll see if that plays out for the rest of the night, but Andrew has been smooth through the rest of this lap and unable to give any time back to Damien as Andrew Sheets, that Skella Dragon truck, moving on over Untapped Rage.
Coming out in our next race, Jake Ernest and Tim Smith. Two guys that have been around for a long time. Tim Smith obviously dating back to the MTM2 days, so a lot of experience coming out on the track right now.
Yeah, these guys matched up pretty well, number 7 and 10 qualifiers. We'll see if there's any upsets here, though, as we already saw one early tonight. We'll see if this continues.
And once again, the lane choice is taking the blue lane, throwing the opponent in the gray lane. And as we saw in the last race, people are clipping the turn cars in the gray lane much more than the blue lane. So I think that there is a lot of mind games going into the choice.
And we'll see if that continues here.
Oh, Tim Smith with a huge jump off the line, leaving Jake at the start gate with about a truck length advantage at this point, pulling away, but over the jump. Oh, he's all over the place, but he keeps it straight.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was his strategy. We've seen guys trying to run it down that center stack to try to keep the truck moving forward, but he got a lot of out of shape there. Into the final turn, though, Jake's made up a lot of ground here, and I think he's actually going to take the win.
Yeah, that was a surprise. He was left at the line, but still comes back to take the win.
Good job staying in it there through the second half of the lap and able to make up the ground that was afforded to him because of what happened after the first time by for Tim Smith.
And our next race is going to be the guy going for 3 in a row, Trevor Amos, and a picture of Tony Hawk taking on someone that's been around for forever alongside Trevor is Magnus Berkland. And once again, lane choice taking the blue lane, and we've seen that blue lane pull out the win. We just saw Jake come back and take the win in the blue lane, so I think that the blue lane is the way to go if you have lane choice. As we're going to see that right here as both drivers are ready, and they leave the line, and Trevor with a jump off the line by about 2 truck lengths over Magnus, but Magnus is closing the gap into the turn, over the first jump, and it's going to be a truck length lead to Trevor.
Yeah, we haven't seen Magnus in a few weeks, and it's got to be a hard time coming back to take on Trevor Amos right now, as Magnus all out of shape, getting caught up on the fun box and the freestyle obstacles, and he's going to end up rolling it over, unable to save the truck there, as Trevor is going to move on into the next round.
Yeah, that was a tough lap for Magnus. He returns to the league, and that just wasn't his race, especially against the reigning two-time racing champion of the last 2 weeks. That's always a tough matchup.
Yeah, we'll be excited to see what Magnus can pull out here for freestyle, get that truck fixed back up. But Trevor moving on once again. I believe this is gonna be the last race of round one here. Should be an interesting matchup, I would say. Trevor, Vincent Ackard, and Tyler May. Tyler, the man with lane choice here, qualified a bit higher than Vincent. Vincent, typically, I would say, normally one of the higher seed qualifiers we usually see in these events, but just not quite as in tune here tonight.
And once again, Tyler May taking the blue lane, throwing Vincent in the gray lane. I don't remember the last time we saw a win come out of that gray lane. Maybe we'll see an upset here, see if Vincent can take that win in the gray lane over Tyler May. It looks like Vincent Ackard is being put on the 1 minute clock. He's got some truck problems. They're trying to get the charger out there, plugging that battery in, see if they can get enough juice to make the pass.
Yeah, they just put him on the clock now, so he'll have a minute. I don't know what the issues were there. I don't know if he's going to need much of this full minute, though. But we'll give it the time and see, but I think he might be ready to go before that.
Tyler May is sitting patiently on the opposite side of the start tabletop, and it looks like we are ready to go for the race. We'll see if that extra juice is able to help Vincent get across the line in front of Tyler. And off the line, it is absolutely dead even. Going into the turn, it looks like Vincent's made up some ground in the straightaway, but coming out of the turn, Vincent's going to actually lead this by a truck length.
Yeah, had some issues in qualifying, not necessarily characteristic of what we would expect from him, as Tyler got tripped up around the fun box turn. I don't know how he managed to do that, but going into this last turn, and he's going to clip the turn car again, it's all Vincent Ackard, piece of scrap, able to take out Tyler May and Poison. No issues in that gray lane for him this time.
Yeah, I don't know how many times we've seen a win come out of the gray lane, but that may have been the first time of the night.
As well as an upset there. Number 10 taking out number 7. Not the largest of margins for qualifying times, but an upset nonetheless. We'll take a look right before we get into round 2. What we're looking at here in these next couple matchups. We'll be seeing Brandon Adam and Tyler Richmond going out first. These guys also battling for freestyle points currently. Alex Ferrullo with that first round upset, taking on John Zimmer Jr., Andrew Sheets and Jake Earns, and then Trevor Amos and Vincent Ackard to round out our second round. I think to note, Brandon Adam ran one of the we didn't get to mention it after his race round 1. He ran a sub 21 second pass that first round. We'll see if he can keep getting faster here.
And here we go, the first race of round 2. Brandon Adam and Tyler Richmond on the line, 2 of the rising stars of Sim Monsters, really making names for themselves this season of NAMT. And we're going to see him face off right now, dead even off the line. Tyler cutting it tight there in the straightaway, and around the turn, still even. Over the jump, it's going to remain dead even.
Yeah, Tyler with a bit of an advantage here. We saw this matchup last week ended in chaos, but going into the final turn might be a cleaner finish this time. Brandon Adam looks like he's pulling away a little bit through to the finish. He got a little offsided on the finish, but he will still walk away. Brandon Adam moving on to the next round.
It looks like he may have used the angle there towards the finish line to help him get the advantage over the last jump. That could play into some other competitor strategies as we go through the racing bracket.
Yeah, I saw a lot of it in qualifying, drivers trying to downside the center stack to try to keep their momentum going. as you are landing well before the finish line on this track, trying to be able to kind of drive through to the finish as opposed to hanging in the air. Seems to have worked out for him there.
And our next race is going to be John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity taking on Alex Ferrillo in pure muscle.
Excited to see what Alex can do here. Trying to make up from moving on from a weird finish for him, but still getting the win in the first round against a very experienced driver in John Zimmer.
And John Zimmer taking that blue lane with his lane choice, throwing Alex into the gray lane once again. Even off the line, a nice jump off for both of them. Alex clips the fun box a little bit, but it doesn't hurt him. Oh, but John Zimmer clips the car, and that does hurt him. He's spun out completely.
Issues all over the place. There was a 5-second penalty on Alex as well the first time by, but the advantage he's pulled away with here, it doesn't seem like it's going to matter, as Zimmer did just kind of run completely over that freestyle obstacles. He'll be checking a lot of this footage here after this race. A wild end and a wild race from both of these drivers. Chaotic race as Alex Ferrillo able to at least cross the line first, as we're going to check over a couple questionable moments. Really just in the final lap, the final time around, I think Alex was actually clean up the ramp, so no issues actually after further review, so it will be Alex Ferrillo moving on. So that 5-second penalty of the first lap will definitely take away his lane choice, although he didn't seem to need it in this race here.
Our next race, Andrew Sheets and the Skull Dragon playing the line against Jake Ernest in the Outlander, and Jake being thrown into the gray lane. I've heard from some competitors that they think the gray lane feels slower, and we're seeing that in the results. Off the line, it looks like Jake did not leave for some reason. Andrews is going to have a clean pass. This is stuck at the line. Jake, we're having problems with his truck. He gets it going now, but it is all over, and Andrews going to finish first.
Still runs a clean pass nonetheless.
You hate to see a mechanical failure in the second round. As we're going to see our last race of round 2 pulling to the line right now. Trevor Amos and Vincent Ackard are on the line. These two are neck and neck battling for second and third in the points, and they are going to battle it out right here on the track. Even off the line, Vincent has a much better straightaway. We saw it earlier and we see it right here, but Trevor spun it out. He's not going to be able to get the third racing win, as he's flipped the truck over.
completely on its roof, unable to get past that first turn. And Vincent Ackert, seemingly the anomaly to be able to move on 2 races now out of that lane in the gray lane. Though with a lot of help from Trevor, unable to finish that lap. It'll be a potential. Well, Brandon Adams still in this bracket, so we can't count him out from winning once again. But we could be seeing a new racing winner this week, at least a new streak to potentially be started, as that seems to be the case in this league. That'll be all it wrote for that streak.
And we're going to start the semifinals right now, and this is an interesting race as we have Brandon Adams, number 1 qualifier, taking on Alex Ferrillo, number 13. Very separated here in the semifinals. As we got both of them on the line, Pure Muscle and Fiberworks Trophy Truck on the line, and we see once again Brandon Adams with the LC taking the blue lane, throwing Alex into the gray lane. We'll see right here if Brandon Adams can get the 4th racing win of the season, or if Alex Ferrillo is going to upset him. Alex has clipped the car a little bit. He may have hurt him. Yeah, he did hurt him pretty bad. He's 2 truck lengths behind.
Yeah, he's going to have to make up a lot of ground here, and Brandon is not one to give up any position on these races here. Going into that final turn smooth once again. Brandon Adams moving on.
Brandon Adams, no stranger to the final race.
Yeah, very familiar with that this season. We'll see if he can get his 4th victory of the year. See who he's taking on, though, as we'll take a quick look at those brackets going into the second half of the semifinals before we get into the final round of racing. As we'll see Andrew Sheets and Vincent Ackert. Winner will be moving on to face Brandon Adams in the finals. Could be number 2 qualifier, could be number 11, with Vincent getting a whole bunch of upsets throughout this bracket tonight. Before we get into the finals here, you seen this last race?
Yeah, we're going to see Andrew Sheets and Vincent Ackert pull the line right now. We're going to see what lane Andrew Sheets takes. As Andrew Sheets is going to take that blue lane with his lane choice and throwing Vincent Ackert for the 3rd time into the gray lane. But can he get the upset again from that lane? Even off the line, Vincent, is he going to get that clean straightaway again? He does. Great entry into the turn. Andrew keeps it tight, and over the jump, Vincent's going to lead by half a truck.
Yeah, Vincent's been very good in this lane. He's had the racing it all night, though. He swung it a little bit wide around the fun box, maintaining the ground, though. Andrew pushing hard through the last turn. It's close. It might be Andrew Sheets. We're going to take one quick look at that, but I think Andrew Sheets might have taken that race. And it will be Andrew Sheets moving on to the finals. Vincent Ackert, no more luck left in him for him tonight, as finally taking a loss in that gray lane. As we get set for the final round of racing here tonight in New Orleans, it'll be Andrew Sheets in Skeledragon taking on Brandon Adams and that Fireworks Trophy Truck. Both of these guys racing hard all night. Brandon Adams very fast throughout this racing competition. We'll be seeing if Brandon can get his 4th win of the season, or if it'll be Andrew Sheets, who has seemingly been rising back up to the prominence we know him to be able to drive at, and get his 1st win of the season in racing.
Yeah, we're going to see Brandon with the lane choice taking the blue lane again. I don't think Andrew has been in the gray lane at all tonight, so this could be difficult for him to overcome. Andrew trying to get that truck lined up perfect. He doesn't want to make any mistakes, as this is his chance. Andrew with a great start. A slight lead over Brandon at this point, but he has a terrible turn. He spins it out, and he's clipped the cars, and it is all over for Andrew at this point, unless something terrible happens.
Yeah, first time, I think, in that lane all night for Andrew, and it is not been in transition for him. Though Brandon clips the turn car in the final turn, not enough to make up any sort of ground, though. It is Brandon Adam for his 4th event of the season, getting back to where he seems most comfortable, and that is winning racing, as he will definitely take a large pull of a lead here away from Trevor.
And I really feel that the lane choice really played a big factor in tonight's competition. And I think that Brandon Adam running consistently the fastest pass out of anyone allowed him to get lane choice and eventually take this win. I think that's what did it here, as he was able to mind games Andrew, throw him in the opposite lane, and just take the win.
Yeah, these drivers had less time to prepare for this event than usual. Not too sure if the natural left lane became the area of focus, and not a lot of guys really ready for that gray lane.
Yeah, and that means that we have a 4th-time winner, Brandon Adam, but the show is far from over, as Freestyle's coming up next. We got that big dirt hill in the middle, but we got more going on, as we're going to transform this big Mercedes-Benz Superdome floor into a wild freestyle competition. We'll be back in 15 minutes for that. You're not going to want to miss it.
Such a swing, anyone could see. But ain't many things that look so good to me. Music got my head spinning all around. She got me in a trance, just by the way she danced.
got my red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark in the pale moonlight. Done my hair up real big, beauty queen style, high heels off, I'm feeling alive. Oh my God, I feel it in the air, telephone wires above, I'm sizzling like a snare, honey, I'm on fire, I feel it everywhere, nothing scares me anymore. I got that summertime, summertime sadness, summertime, summertime sadness, got that summertime, summertime sadness, I'm feeling electric tonight, cruising down the coast, going about 99. Got my bad baby by my heavenly side. I know if I go, I'll die happy tonight. Oh my God, I feel it in the air, telephone wires above, all sizzling like a snare. Honey, I'm on fire, I feel it everywhere, nothing scares me anymore. Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that baby you're the best. I got that summertime, summertime sadness. Summertime, summertime sadness. Got that summertime, summertime sadness. Think I'll miss you forever, like the stars miss the sun in the morning sky. Later's better than never, even if you're gone, I'm gonna Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that baby you're the best. I got that summertime, summertime sadness. Summertime, summertime sadness. Got that summertime, summertime sadness. I got that
Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger than ever. Hour after hour, work it never over. Work it over, 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 work it over. Hour, work it never over. Work it over, 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 work it over. Hour, work it never over. it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after hour, work is never over.
Work it, work it.
We are back here in New Orleans for Freestyle on this huge Mercedes-Benz Superdome floor. Back alongside me for this wild freestyle action is Danny Mackey. Danny, are you excited for this competition?
Yeah, that should be a fun night. We got a giant center stack. I'm expecting a lot of guys to be tackling that in many different ways, along with those 2 backflip ramps and that container in the middle of the opposite side of the floor. Should be interesting how these drivers can handle quite a unique set of obstacles here.
Absolutely. I think these are the biggest obstacles we've seen this season. That dirt hill and the 2 obstacles next to it are just massive. And I'm excited to see how these guys tackle it, because obviously we have had some problems the last few weeks with people filling the clock. And I would say this track makes it no easier.
No, I expect to see a lot of guys having some issues. A lot of sky wheelers, I think, can be getting from these ramps, so we'll see how that plays out.
And in the tunnel, first truck out, Trevor Amos in a picture of Tony Hawk.
Yeah, Trevor trying to follow up what was a bit of, I wouldn't really call it disappointing, though he did lose the racing competition, unable to get 3 consecutive wins, but still been doing really well this season. So we'll see how this freestyle run starts off over the fun box in the middle of the floor now. Oh my goodness. I said sky wheelies, he's going to throw it in.
This is not good. That
Yep. Went about as well as you wouldn't have expected for Trevor. Only filled 10 seconds of the time. Hopefully that does not set the trend for tonight's freestyle action. So it's only going to be a 4. Might be one of the lowest freestyle scores of the season, lowest possible score.
You know, I was about to say, as he was getting towards the backside of the racing lane, that this is a track where you really have to be careful where you end up, because you can get in trouble really quick, and we saw that there. As only 10 seconds into his run, he catches the backside, flips it over backwards, and just can't save it.
Yeah, not what you need to do if you're trying to chase down Brandon Adams. They were very close in overall points going into this event, and with that type of result, I don't know if they'll be able to, if Trevor will be able to hold that distance.
And next out for freestyle, Magnus Berkland in Zanzibar. Let's see if he can get a little further in than Trevor did. He's going to start out on that lonely car over there in the corner.
Gonna pull a slap wheelie out of that Willman, almost a double wheelie as he brings it back down. Interesting start for him. Gonna head over to that step up there and send it right back down the straightaway.
Hooked up on that car. Yeah. As I said, it's a tough track. There's a lot of stuff in front of you. You got to be careful where you land. He's going to fly over that backflip ramp. He's going to combo it into the hill a little bit, but he makes it work.
Yeah, he's getting an early flow going. He's going to hit the cut side of the big center stack. The rear end.
What a save!
Buries it into the ground and drives out of it. Very nice. Keeping it under control.
The hill. There's advantage. Oh my goodness, and he backs it up with a terrible slam, but he's still got with huge air right there. Oh my.
Oh, using the Willman bounce to kind of flip it around, though. A little bit too much of the bounce. Rolls it over on all 4s and back on the ground. Very out of control early for Magnus, but he's making it work for him.
Coming over to these bathroom ramps, he uses it as a berm.
Nice.
Oh my, that was a really cool move.
Very fast through that as he skies it over the center stack to the outside of the course.
This is a great run from Magnus so far.
Lots of weird rebounds. He's been trying for the first backflip of the night. Gonna really need to arc it late.
Uh-oh.
It's rolling over, but that truck is not coming back. A very exciting run for Magnus, but unfortunately only a minute and 22 able to be filled. Though it will give him the lead. We'll see how long he can hold it. It'll be a 13 for the time.
It is going to be a 33 for Magnus.
A solid performance for, well, at least a solid score for what he was able to do. Though I think if he filled out the time with the way that run was going, he definitely would have been contending for a good score in the 40s. As we have quite the freestyle lined up here as...
Oh my.
This is going to be Damien Bowers and Untapped Rage, and this is not a backwards bob style truck. He has lined it up in reverse at the edge of the track. He had something planned out in the driver's meeting. We'll be seeing what he starts here with.
Go for the wheelie?
Reverse slap wheelie.
Right it up the hill. Can he get it all the way down? No, he pulls it forward off of it. That was an interesting start. Uh-oh.
Oh, he just
Oh,
throws the
wow.
reverse again as he a very vertical center container that's these guys gonna smash it through, and he gets a backflip to follow it up. Very unconventional start for Damien, but that's pretty standard for him though.
Putting the transmission to work early in the freestyle, 30 seconds in, and he shifted forward to back at least 8 times.
Quick on the stick as he's gonna out
Uh-oh.
of shape to the edge of the track.
Thought he was going to
brings
get in
it back
trouble there.
down. Yeah.
Flying over that hill, big air, combos it into the fun box.
Just getting everything in front of him. He just drives straight at it without any concern. Back over to the side of the starting pads. Some more nice air
Uh-oh.
up on the nose. Brings
Oh,
it back
wow.
down. All over the place. Jeez.
He's using the sliding dirt to his advantage. He's getting into tough situations halfway through his run, and once again there he just whips the truck around.
Oh, getting all side to side over the center stack. Not necessarily clears it, but drives through down the downside. Spins
Man,
it around
it looks like
here.
he's trying to get this truck to flip over, and usually he's flipped over at this point by in the run, but he is having a tough time with this truck.
It might be the night for him as he's just cross-threading everything crazy now.
Oh, man.
Oh, that might... He's on the side, and he's going to bring
He's
it back
gonna
down.
save it. That was an interesting move there. He got hooked up on the racing lane. He saves it, and he's flying over that ramp again, coming into the fun box.
Oh my goodness. This is what Damien's most known for, is just being chaotic for 2 minutes and managing to put together a great run. He's been doing that so far. Lots of cross. Oh, he uses the rear wheels to kind of arc it. Very nice job air braking it over the pile.
Uh-oh, this is
but
gonna hurt.
That's
Oh,
right at time though, so he'll fill the clock, but he's gonna just destroy that truck at the end. Very.
nothing against Damien, but I can't believe that the first person to fill the clock today is Damien.
Quite the opposite of what he usually does, but always a contender when he can fill the clock, and it shows it right there with a great run. These scores coming in now from our judges. Very good scores for Damien.
It's a 42, a great score for Damien.
I don't know if there was a moment in that run where he was not trying to keep the truck from rolling over, as he was just all over the place on this track. Always sets the precedent early in his runs. If he does something crazy like a reverse move out of the gate, it's gonna be a wild ride.
And to
Yes.
follow that up, Tim Smith in the tunnel.
Tim's got quite the challenge. He'll be contending for the lead here.
Huge air over that middle jump, and he combos it into the dirt hill. He's going to bring it over the van stack. Wow, what a starting move, but he's got to back it up.
Yeah, a lot of momentum all the way across the floor. Able to settle it down. Now he goes over the racing lane. He's going to follow it up with the fun box. A nice little combo there.
Yeah, bringing it around the end zone. Lining up for the fun box again. Just whips it over that and heads over to the next obstacle. He's really keeping up the momentum early in this run. He's 30 seconds in.
Yes, he is. He's going to go right by the container.
Wow.
Back down. A lot of quick shifting there again. Those containers so we don't do any damage to the stadium here, and he's able to avoid them as well.
Uh-oh, out of control. He brings it down before the end of the dirt area there.
Sends it back to the middle of the floor now. Over the starting pad. He's going to get a slap wheelie. He is. Oh, straight up in the air. And he's going to combo it onto the dirt pile and back down the other side. Very nice set of moves there for Tim Smith.
Halfway through his run, he's going to bring it over to that big car stack there. Flying over that and comboing it again into the fun box.
Oh, he's kind of turning it in the air a little bit to get him to turn around. I'm trying to keep the momentum up. Nice sky wheelie over the backside of the step up now. That Nissan Warrior, Titan Warrior. More big air over the center stack now.
Yeah, he's keeping a little conservative. I think he sees the 20 points available for filling the clock, and he wants to get that, but he's still putting up some big moves as he's 30 seconds left.
Nice slap wheelie there as well. Yeah, definitely trying to. Came out crazy early on, and now he's kind of mixing in some more big air than he is the momentum, though. As he's going to just send it all the way across the center stack. And he's lining up that backflip ramp now. Huge vertical air. He's going to bring it back down clean and continue on.
Oh, getting crossed up there, but he brings it down exactly as time is going to expire. So he's going to get the full 20 points.
Yeah, a good run for Tim Smith. I don't know if it'll be enough for the lead, as he's going to dump it after the run ends. Another good showing for him, for Tim Smith. We'll have to see how the scores turn out for him. Trying to beat a 42 that Damian Bowers just posted in Untapped.
It's going to be a 40 for Tim Smith.
We'll take a look before we get into our next competitor at the current standings for these freestyle scores. We just saw Tim Smith only in second place after that run, though Damian Bowers with a chaotic freestyle as currently holding the lead with a 42. We saw Magnus and Trevor unable to fill the clock as they are now currently sitting third and fourth. But back on the track now, Jake Earns and Outlander is sitting waiting for the officials to give him a green light. They'll be coming out next for freestyle here.
Coming to the fun box is his first hit. That's a popular obstacle on the track. He's going to bring it over to the backside of the racing lane.
Keeps it calm. We saw Trevor Amos early in the night lose it over that there, but Jake gets some more big air over the big dirt car stack there.
Over that big dirt hill, over the smash through trailer, and he's keeping up good momentum. And he's hitting the smaller obstacles right now. He needs to get to that bigger part of the track at some point. Looks like he might be lining up for that right now.
Yeah, still getting some nice sky wheelies off of it. Here gets into a slap wheelie. He's walking it towards the backflip ramp, so he's going to avoid that for now. Doesn't want to risk it too early in the run. Looks like he might have bent that flag backwards after the first few hits. And head back over to the dirt jump with the car step up in it. Ooh, hard.
Is it hard?
Kind of follows it through.
Halfway through his run, he needs to pick it up if he wants to try to have a crack at Damian and Tim Smith at the top.
Yeah, a solid run so far, but aside from what it looks like he's filling the clock with a great slap wheelie, though, back into the middle of the floor. Gonna get crossed up on the center stack. Needs some momentum. He's had some nice moves, but he hasn't really been able to string anything together. He's gonna go for the back.
Oh, no!
Shoves the front end straight into the backflip ramp, and it just does not want to rotate. He is...
Oh, man, that's not good. That is going to end his run.
An interesting attempt that I guess would have been like a Falcon. He carried the wheelie right into the ramp, and it just threw him for a loop. A minute 37 filled. Not enough to fill time, and not going to be enough to take the lead. Unfortunate break for Jake Earns, Outlander. Damian's going to hold on to the lead for another run.
Yeah, that's going to be a 33, so he's going to be tied with Magnus right now for third place. Coming out next, Vincent Ackard in Piece of Scrap.
Always a contender for a freestyle win. He's going out early once again tonight, though.
He's trying to get some points. He's still, second or third right now. I believe he's third right now in overall points. Very close with Trevor, and he wants to really get more of a lead in this competition.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. Freestyle, he's been doing much better in than racing. He's going to start off with a reverse straight up through the middle of the crush container. Kind of does a nice little skateboard pause at the top, and he brings it back down, and just very unique way to start off the run.
Yeah, that could have gone very poorly, but he makes it work. He flies across that, landed on the downside of that big dirt hill. That was awesome. And then he does the Magnus berm right on the backflips.
Nice couple moves early on. We've seen the Willman trucks that have come out here tonight have some issues at the ends of the track with the way the truck rebounds. To see what he can do. Here's he got a huge rebound. Pogs it up on, sticks it straight up on the nose. He's coming back over, but it's going to end the run. A wild ride. We were just saying that Willman can give you some weird hops, and he was not able to pull it through, and that's going to be the end of his run.
It's going to be a 14. Man, that was a weird hit. He just got crossed up with a little bit too much speed over the fun box, and it just bit him. Wasn't able to save it. This is a truck eating track at this point. Only 2 drivers have filled the clock.
Yo, I definitely didn't expect to see these many early rolls, though. It's still a lot of runs left to see, and I'm sure that John Zimmer at Terminal Velocity will be one of the guys I would hope would expect him to be able to fill the clock on this track.
Next out, John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity is going to take to the track. Let's see if he has any better luck.
A lot of speed through the tunnel here as he gets some nice air to start it off. Into a slap wheelie, right into the backside of the racing lane. Good series of combos out of the gate for him.
Yeah, let's see if he can get it together. He made it was big air right there. That was huge air over that ramp. I was going to say maybe he needs to keep it calm at the start of the run, but he is not doing that. He's going big at the start.
Sticks it straight up in the air, and he's going to shove it in the reverse to bring the truck back down. Wasn't quite lined up for the backside, but he's going to go right into the backside of the center stack and bring the truck back down on the other side. Lots of big obstacles, as we said before we got started.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, some huge air.
That
Sticks
was
it
the
straight
biggest
up.
air of the night off of that ramp.
He's going to try to follow it up with a backflip, gets a good kick off of it, and a bit of a twist in the air into a wheelie. No, he's going to let it come back down.
What a sequence of moves with that big air into the backflip, the best backflip of the night. And he gets more big air off of that stack.
Oh, he tries to turn it right as it lands, but it's going to put him on 2 wheels, so bring it back down, though.
Halfway through his run, as he flies over that dirt ramp again, combos it into the fun box. He's up on the front edge. He's trying to make
a lot of room. Oh my goodness gracious!
No.
Try to get a little too cute to pull it up onto the racing pad. Though he wasn't really in a good spot there to try to do a moonwalk.
Tough break after tough break in this competition.
Been a very challenging track for Freestyle, and landing into the next obstacle has been quite the challenge. Another driver over early, minute and 12 into this run.
That's going to be a 29 for John Zimmer.
As Damian Bauer is still holding on to his lead. Went out second here. We'll have to see if he can hold it on after we see from our next driver. It's going to be Alex Ferrulo, I believe.
Yeah, Alex Ferrulo's going to come out with the pure muscle onto the track. We'll see what he can do. He's had some good freestyles this season, so he should be able to get something done on this track, although from what we've seen, I think filling the clock is the big challenge, although it has been a challenge for the last couple of weeks.
I do think that this type of track, we saw John Zimmer prove you can get a lot of air on this track, but I think it's going to be people taking a more technical approach and more groundwork that's going to be able to fill the clock and try to get a win. Let's see what Alex's approach is here.
Looks like he's going to take it on the dirt hill at the start from a different angle than we've seen so far. Going for one of these side ramps.
Yeah, they didn't cut it on that side for Freestyle, so it's a nice big launch over it. He just lets it soar across the center of the floor. We'll bring it back over to the starting pad, over the launch ramp. He's going to follow it back into the center stack. He's going to kind of leapfrog
this could be bad.
onto the racing lane.
Wow, that was almost bad. He almost got stuck in the hole there where we saw a couple other guys get caught up. And he's not slowing down now. He's flying sideways across these obstacles.
Yeah, very risky approach with a lot of momentum. Always can keep the truck moving, but you never know where you're going to land sometimes. Some more speed and a bit of a wheelie there. So he's going to try to cross thread and land it. Oh my
man.
goodness.
Oh, but he brings it into a small moonwalk. This is a tough track.
The van there did not want to give him any pudge. As he's going to go for a backflip now.
Oh, what is that?
I'm not sure what that was, but the truck is going to come to a stop as the official is going to take it a good look over. As he had some wild moves just for a few seconds there. Yeah, he's going to get a green light to continue, but there's not much left of that truck after those two moves there.
Yeah, I don't think that was any fault of his own. He was along for the ride on that one. Got the weirdest kick off of the back
a nice
ramp.
wheelie as he cross-threads the dirt mound. He's a minute in now. We'll see what he can do.
No!
Unable to get the truck back down as he kind of got caught up on those stacked crush cars. A wild freestyle at the end there for Alex Ferrulo. Not able to get it done, though. As that's going to be the end of his night. We are halfway through freestyle now. We've been just moving right along as an unfortunate break after another has left 6 out of these 8 competitors unable to fill the clock.
That's going to be a 29 for Alex Ferrulo. He's going to tie with John Zimmer Jr. Man, these are tough breaks we're seeing, but we're moving right along. And as we say every week, Alex Lindgren has the best view in the house when it comes to driving, so he should be able to see all the dangers come up on him in this very tricky track. He's on the track ready for his run.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at our top scores just after this run here. We'll see what Alex can do in his Willman truck. It's a
huge air!
Huge air to start off the run, my goodness.
The hang time is
On-
great.
oh my-
coffee.
Alex has had some pretty unconventional freestyles, as has Damien, but he's not going to be able to come back. Just suspended in animation with that moonwalk, but he was unable to bring the truck down, so he kind of walked it into the fun box. A wild early rollover for him.
Yeah, the front end of these Willman trucks, if you get it rolled over, it will not come back over on the front. The chassis just extends too far, and we saw it right there. That's a tough break.
Yeah, scores coming in only 13 seconds into the run. It's going to be an 8 for him. Not what you would have hoped to see. Alex has had some great runs this season, but not one to remember here tonight. As we'll take a moment to look at these top freestyle scores before we get back into the action. And still, he came out second tonight. Damian Bowers holding on to that 42-point lead with his score. Tim Smith right behind him, and Magnus Berkland. Jake Earns able to push up into the top 4 there, as not too many guys breaking out of the top half of the scores over 30 points. Only 2 people filling out the clock, and as you see, those are the 2 guys atop the leaderboard. A lot of low scores tonight. Hopefully we can see some more full freestyle runs from these competitors as we move into the second half of the competition. We're back on the track now in just a second with Trevor Michaelesco in Backlash. We'll see what he can do. He'll be able to fill the clock.
Yeah, Trevor Michaelesco can lay down some good runs, but we'll see with a track like this. It's anyone's game. Is he going to get some big air over that backflip ramp?
Sends it right into the backside of the racing lane. Gets a nice kick off of it. and spins it back around. Looks like he's gonna go for the other side. There's a crush car on top of that one. He gets some
Oh,
huge
that was
air.
a big pop off it. He pulls it back up into the sky.
Oh
and he's
my
in trouble.
goodness.
Oh man.
A lot of surprising rolls. Some of these guys not looking to adjust to the type of track we have out here tonight. We've said it before, momentum can be a killer on this track if you're trying to move too fast. And it doesn't seem like anyone's looking to adjust their driving style for this. Full speed momentum over that racing lane, landed right into the fun box, and it will send him over early.
That's going to be a 9 for him. We've seen a lot of low scores. So the low scores, I mean, although they're at the bottom, they still mean a lot because there's still a championship here for freestyle. So the ranking still matters even at the low scores like a 4, an 8, or a 6. Every second matters in this competition.
Yeah, it's really playing into more of an effect than I would have expected. Now, coming out next is, if I had to place a bet on anyone in the field tonight to fill the clock, it would be Tyler May. He is proved week after week in these events that he is perfectly capable of filling the clock and also able to lay down a run to put him in the top of the freestyle results. And we'll see what he can do here in Poison, as he is still looking to knock off Damian Bowers, who's had the lead almost all night long.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this run as he starts it over the same ramp as a lot of other guys over that backflip ramp and then going to the backside of the racing. We've seen that combo, I would say, half the start of the run so far. That is a popular sequence of moves.
Yeah, he's going to follow it up with some nice air across the center of the floor, avoiding a few obstacles. He's going to hit the side of the racing lane, racing starting pad. Thought he might have gotten crossed up on the cars, but he avoids them completely. Hits it again into a slap wheelie now. Oh, just right on the tailgate. Whoa.
Walks
Nicely
above
sets
that.
it down.
That was a really nice wheelie into that. He kept it nice and slow with a good control over, not out of control at any point. And that's what you need if you want to fill the clock. He's going to sky it over that again.
Oh, he's going to get a little caught up on the fun box, but still keeping it under control. He gets some nice air. He's going to land it into the dirt mound of the start pad. Look at this crush car here. Did he a slap wheelie? Yes. Oh, he's going to walk it all the way down the floor. Nicely done.
This is smart from Tyler. We're seeing him hit things straight and not crossroad, where you could get caught up as you get some big air there. He's
Huge
getting
air.
the safe hits in, and it's working out for him as he's halfway through the run and only has to fill another 1 minute to get the full 20 points.
Yeah, we'll see if he mixes it up a little bit more, though. Oh, a nice landing into another bumper dragging slap wheel. He's been doing a lot of wheelies tonight as he's just crawling it to the next obstacle. He's going to try to let it walk up a little bit, but he's going to set it back down.
Yeah, this
It'll
is a
hurt.
great run. He's got 30 seconds left to fill.
Yeah, might be able to start. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness, what a sky wheelie. He just sets it right down on the top of the pile. Into some donuts, maybe? Or is he lining up for something in reverse? This will be a big, challenging move. He gets most of the rotation out of it and lands it on the rear. And he's going to walk another wheelie out of it. This has been a solid run for Tyler so far. Might be enough to take the lead with the score not being as high as 42. Though his momentum's been lacking, but it's been working out for him. And that's going to be time.
Oh, and he's going to roll it over right at the time. Man, that was a great run. He kept it under control, and I think the score is going to reflect that.
Yeah, definitely. 42 is not the highest score we've seen win this season, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Tyler can take the lead for right now.
Selfish, greedy, face shift. Careful, abduction, chaos is breaching.
It's going to be a 41. He's going to come up 1 point short of Damian. I think Damian just had a little bit more technicality in his run, a little bit more momentum. But still, I mean, second place for him at this point, and we're over halfway through the field. That is a great run for Tyler May.
Yeah, Tyler proving week after week why he's always near the top of these freestyle results. As we'll be looking at Josh Gajewski right here in Control Freak. Still looking to get above a 42. We saw Tyler fill the clock and nearly took the lead away. So we'll see if Gajewski can lay down a similar run, but kind of put himself just a step above and take the lead possibly.
Now, Gajewski, he's a great freestyler, but he's known for going too big too early on some occasions, and this is not the track to do it. We'll see if he can keep it more tame at the start, but he is not. He's getting a huge sky wheelie off that center jump at the start.
You definitely a track where you might need to prove you're capable of adjusting to the circumstances. We'll see what Gajewski can do. He's kind of spinning around and get some nice little drift move over the dirt mound there.
Already 30 seconds into the run, the momentum so far is fantastic, and he's on the ragged edge. I fear for the rest of the run, but this is a great start.
Yeah, he gets a nice kick over the box fan, and he's going to bring it back around, keeping the truck under control. You can definitely tell he's being a little bit more focused in his approach as he kind of lands it hard, though, and spins it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Drifting it over
yeah.
the mountain there. That was awesome.
Gonna head for the backflip container. A nice backflip, lands it relatively clean forces it into a slap wheel. He's gonna walk it over, but that's gonna roll over onto all fours. That was a wild move.
That was an awesome forward roll. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it happened. He's on the ragged edge again. He's up and over. Can he bring it down? They're gonna shut him off after that.
Quite a cartwheel, yeah. That was an interesting landing there. A lot, I wouldn't necessarily call that a controlled flip, but definitely less ragged chaos than I was expecting.
Man, he really just cartwheeled down that like a gymnast. Didn't really shake it up too bad. I think the momentum just carried him through that.
Yeah, he's gonna have very limited room left to work with this truck. Quite a weird, perfectly clean cartwheel for an accident. So we'll see what Gajewski can do with what's left of his truck.
He's got 30 seconds left to wow the judges, although he's had a pretty exciting run so far.
He's going to get over into the corner, though, has to back it up and bring it back around to the floor. He's going to cross for the step up. Nice air over that as well. Going for that container. A nice sky wheelie over it onto wheels. He's going to bring it back down.
Yeah, the clock's running down right now as this could be his last move. His time is up.
Gonna walk a wheelie out of it for the last move and another wheelie up that ramp to end off his run into a nose moonwalk. Able to fill the time. Only the fourth person tonight, so that'll definitely put him in the upper echelon of these results. We'll just see if he can take the lead.
It is going to be a 42. He's actually going to tie with Damien.
A solid run, had that weird little cartwheel there, but able to push into just with a tie. And with that, we'll give you an update on our freestyle standings, as they have definitely been changed here. Leading it all off is Damian Bowers and Josh Gajewski with both scores of a 42. Tyler May just 1 point behind with that 41, and Tim Smith with a 40. Those are the only guys that have filled the clock tonight. And after that, a little bit of a decline into the lower 30s with Magnus, Jake, and then John Zimmer Jr. and Alex Barullo rounding out the top 8 with 29 points apiece. A couple ties across this top 6. We'll see if anyone can break that tie up at the top of the leaderboards. And we're going to take before we get back, and we'll give you an update of what we're looking at in the next few events. As tomorrow night, a planned but irregular double event weekend we're hosting here. We'll be in Houston, Texas for that, and then after we'll be taking a Thanksgiving break for a week off, and then we'll head back in for the end of the schedule at Anaheim and Glendale before we get back into the playoff series of Orlando and Charlotte. Those will be the first two events of that. As the events ahead tomorrow night, don't forget Houston, Texas, NRG Stadium. Should be a good night of action there. But we're going to get right back into the freestyle action on the floor with the final trucks we have left tonight.
Andrew Sheets, the Skull Dragon, is ready to do business on this tricky track.
Motion, igniting the belt. Selfish, greedy, face shifting. Prepare for abduction,
Andrew, the racing finalist, unable to get past Brandon Adam. We'll see if he can get another freestyle victory here tonight, coming off of his freestyle win in Detroit just 2 weeks ago.
Andrew sitting in that truck, eyeing up the obstacles, thinking about what he can do to make the most of the 2 minutes. Staying upright the whole time, possibly on the ragged edge. We've seen an uprise in his season lately. He got that freestyle win back in Detroit, and he's looking to make it happen again here in New Orleans.
Yeah, I have the updated points after racing. He's moved up to, well, he's had third place going into this event. He got 104 points on the season. And then Brandon Adam leading with 145, that racing win always helping him out there. And then Trevor Amos right in the middle with 130. We'll be seeing
on the track
Trevor
is
can hold
Andrew
on.
Sheets.
We're having a few technical difficulties here. We'll get ourselves back straightened out in just a moment. But I gotta say, going into the last couple trucks here, we're gonna be seeing Andrew Sheets along with a few others. Marcus Santana following him, Tyler Richmond, and Brandon Adam to round out this freestyle competition. A lot of heavy hitters, as we would expect any of these guys to be able to lay down a run that could potentially take a win here. There's a lot of points left on the board. Now, I do think we saw out earlier tonight, and I do think it's worth going back to in a moment, though, but we're going to get back to the floor, actually, with Andrew Sheets in Skella Dragon. Sitting in the tunnel, about to go underway. He's got a green light. Pulling out onto the floor now. Great looking truck. We'll see what he can do to start off the run.
Oh, huge air off of that. He's gonna land it. Oh, lands it clean on the front side of the dirt hill and brings it over to the other car stack now, and he's flying across the floor again. This is a great start.
Wasn't expecting a transfer on this track here tonight, but he's able to pull one out. Great way to start off the run as he's going to try to kind of cross threads that same stack again. Going to land it smooth and follow it up with the racing lane now. A good start for Andrew Sheets. We'll see how we can follow up this run.
30 seconds in, a great start. He's getting the momentum up, and he's still keeping a little cautious, but not too cautious as he's flying across the track again, back over the dirt hill. The momentum is fantastic.
He has been getting a lot of air, but still a good floor plan as he's just going to bicycle it across the floor. Good two-wheel skill there. Keep the momentum up as he gets to cross the entire floor to the racing stack into a slap where he's going to follow it into the big dirt mound in the middle floor. He's going to launch it and crush that van stack, but drives out of it.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start for Andrew. He's keeping the momentum and everything. That bicycle he had was fast, and once again, he's flying it over the trailer. He makes it work. That's a tough obstacle to hit.
Lots of good moves from Andrew. A very technical driver, and he's definitely been able to make good work of this track. A lot of risky moves, but able to work out every single time so far. He gets some huge air over that car stack.
You can definitely tell that he put in the time to learn these obstacles. He knows exactly how it's going to throw him. He's going move to move again with that big sky wheelie.
High momentum as he's going to launch it over the dirt mound side. Oh, kind of a little bit of a stoppy as he lands it. Going to go for the backflip here. Clean rotation, and he lands it again. He's going to throw it in reverse. Spins it back around nice and fast, too.
Oh, that was a clean exit of the backflip. Spun around on one wheel, flying again over the car stack, up and over, and he saves it as time expires. What a way to end it.
A great run for Andrew Sheets. I would have to see what the scores are first before I make a call, but he might be getting the lead here. He's just showing off for the fans with a great moonwalk and stoppy to end it. scores coming in now at that full 20 points for time.
It's going to be a 46. He blows in the lead, 4 points over our previous leaders, Damien and Josh Gajewski.
A phenomenal freestyle, and the scores reflect that. 4 points ahead of second place now with only a few trucks left. We'll see if that can hold on.
As we're down to our final 3 competitors, and starting off the last 3 is going to be Marcus Santana.
Marcus has been proving week after week a very, very good freestyle runs. Hasn't gotten a win this season, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to get one before the end of the year. It's going to be a hard challenge if he wants to go for one tonight, though, as Andrew Sheets in that Skeletal Dragon laying down a phenomenal freestyle just a moment ago.
Marcus Santana, I remember back in Chester when we had that tricky track back then, he kept it nice and safe and was able to fill the clock. So I expect the same from him here, where he's going to play it safe but still get the big moves and the huge momentum that we're used to seeing with more big air to start the run. That's a great start.
Yeah, some big air, always a good way to start off the freestyles. He's going to head back towards the container pile into the middle of the floor, into a nice slap wheelie, and he's going to walk it up the dirt pile and bring it back down the other side. We've seen a lot of throttle work, a lot of shifting, trying to keep the truck under control in his freestyles this season. We'll see, probably expect to see more of that here.
Yeah, I was about to say he's keeping up the wheel speed, but he is not over revving it. He's playing it safe, but he's still flying across the track. As we see there, he's 30 seconds into the run with a great start.
Yeah, definitely makes you have to pay attention to his throttle control with an engine as loud as his, probably one of the louder trucks on the tour. He just airs it.
Lets it float down to earth.
Brings it back towards that container pile. Some more big air through the middle of the track, and again, he's going to follow it right into the dirt mound. Kind of coasts over it. See if he can mix it up a little bit here. I think he might be, as he's going to try to hit the cut side.
Uh-oh, this could be bad.
Oh,
Oh, what a save on the dirt hill.
Buries the nose into the dirt, and he's able to bring it back out. He's got a minute left now. See if he can keep the truck back under control after getting a wild ride there.
Yeah, I think he's a little shaken up after that. He thought that was the end, but it came back over.
Nice hanging, a little bit of a sky wheelie. Wasn't that vertical, but he still gets some nice air out of it.
Flying over the track again, combo's into the fun box. He's out of control, but he's making it work again. He's flying across this floor and back over the trailer. He's only got about 25 seconds left, but this is going to put up a big score.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
He's tripled up the...
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness. Weird arc there. A wild ride. Not sure what to make of that, as he's just going to dump it right at time.
A
Very
weird
interesting
ending
end.
to his run.
Yeah, I
Other
did
than
like...
that.
I love that wheelie. He walked it right up and got some huge air off of the center stack right at the end before that. Another great showing for that introvert truck and Marcus Santana. We'll see if that can get the lead, though. It's going to be a close one.
It's going to be a 43, so he's going to go into second place behind Andrew Sheets.
Yeah, not enough for the lead there, though. I would not count out Marcus from getting a freestyle win before the end of the year. He's had some phenomenal freestyles. He just needs a couple things to push him over the top, but I do think he'll be a contender for someone to watch out for the rest of the season.
Someone else to watch out for is coming out next, Tyler Richmond in Outbreak. He is a wild freestyler.
Yeah, he just lost his lead in the freestyle chase in those points this season just last week to Brandon Adam, who's going out last now. As a result, we'll see if Tyler can lay down a freestyle and try to get back into the top of the freestyle points. He's lining up for something here. This should be a crazy start to the run. Some huge air.
Oh, the pop off of that. He sticks it straight up in the air. That was awesome.
First person I've seen cross thread the center stack like that tonight. Get some huge air out of it.
Flying
more
over
big
the
air.
trailer. He's going to go to the backside of the middle jump again. He flies it over. Can he downside it? Very close. He lands it on the van.
Tyler has been doing some crazy moves this season, and it has Oh my goodness, he's gonna cross it right onto the top of the mountain. I was getting caught up with my words there, and he's just gonna do something to take the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, that was a wild transfer to the mountain. We haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of moves like that from... Oh, he's gonna drift it up on top again on 2 wheels.
Oh,
and he's gonna drive out of it.
That was one of the coolest moves of the night. Up at the top of the mountain so everyone in the stadium can see him.
Oh my goodness. Another use of the center stack into a wheelie on 2 wheels at the edge of the floor, and he's gonna bring it back down.
Now,
Crazy.
he's only halfway in, and this is the best start we've seen tonight.
Well, he's gotta keep it careful. He's gonna go for the backflip.
Oh, just as I say that.
Oh no. The rear just went out underneath them and just rolled it over on the impact.
I definitely should not have said anything, as I
Oh
absolutely
my
jinxed
goodness.
his whole run there.
A familiar showing to what we saw way back in Montreal. A phenomenal freestyle for the time he was able to make use of, but it's going to end early again for him. The scores will reflect a great run, but the time will not help him at all.
A 33 for only filling a little bit more than half the clock. That is very impressive.
Probably out of the minute and 6, we saw some of the most unique moves we've seen tonight. Pull that over 2 minutes, and he would definitely be looking at a challenge for the lead. I have no doubt in that. But that won't help him for the overall freestyle points on the season, as that's going to put him around mid-pack for these results. And with 1 truck remaining, it's going to be all on Brandon Adam to go for the double down. Possibly his 2nd of the season. Only person who's double down so far, and he's got 4 points to work with. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, he had a fantastic freestyle last week in Tampa. He's looking to do that again tonight. He's going to start it out big. Oh, wow. That was the biggest air we've seen off that ramp.
Oh, he's getting all over the place, and he's just going to stick it on the nose into a moonwalk. That was the most chaotic combo of moves to start a freestyle I think we've seen tonight. Jeez.
I was about to say we've seen almost half the field start on that ramp, but he did it way different than anyone else.
Yeah, an odd nose down to start as he's going to just launch it back over the stack again. He's going to head for the racing lane this time and get some nice air off of it.
30 seconds in, that may have been one of the fastest 30 seconds of the night. He's just flying obstacle to obstacle right now. No wasted time.
Yeah, as we've seen, a very talented racer, and I'm sure that's going to carry over to freestyle, trying to keep the truck under control at high speeds, as he's just comboing everything up from corner to corner to start out this run. Nice
Big
air over the middle of the floor.
He is flying across this floor. He slows down a little bit to get it turned around. Didn't get as high up on the ramps as we saw previously from Magnus, but he's continuing on. Almost got in trouble there.
Yeah, the rear wheels caught that box fan, but he's just going to keep moving on as if it didn't happen. A combo into the fun box, no issues for him there. Brandon Adam keeping the momentum up very high in this run.
Oh, wow. Can he bring this down safely? He does. That was an awesome sky wheelie.
A little kick up into it, and now he's just going to go back around again. Might need to mix it up, though. He's had some great moves, but he's just run a quick lap around the track, around the same obstacles. He's going to go right into the middle of the floor, though.
I thought he was going to get in trouble there, but he's
Oh, my
still...
goodness. Oh, my
Can
goodness.
he bring it back?
On the
What
nose,
a
and it comes back.
save. That was awesome. He flew between the obstacles. Uh-oh, he's back on 2 wheels. Wow, he is bringing it up in the end. Oh,
my goodness.
He's
Doesn't
having
know
a
how to-
hard time.
Doesn't know how to slow down, as it seems. Almost flipped it over, but he's going to fill out the clock right there on the nose.
Oh,
Quite
wow.
the ending of a run for Brandon Adam. Definitely a challenge for the win tonight. With that 46 from Andrew Sheets, we'll see what he can do. Full 20 points for Brandon Adam as we await the rest of these scores. A wild run.
That was an exciting run. I mean, I was having trouble finding time to talk in that run. He just kept hitting obstacles. The scores are coming in. We're going to see if he's able to take the lead over Andrew Sheets. Obviously, Andrew Sheets with the 46 currently in the lead. That is the score to beat, and that is going to be a tough one to beat. And we'll see if he can get it done here with 2 9s and an 8. And he can't. It's a tie for the win.
A very great run from Brandon Adam. It'll get him a win nonetheless, although he'll be sharing that double down freestyle trophy with Andrew Sheets. But once again, Brandon Adam out here doubling down with a phenomenal freestyle run, as the first freestyle tie of the season will get both Brandon Adam and Andrew Sheets a win tonight.
Yeah, what a fantastic freestyle competition. It started extremely rough with some very low scores and a low time filled, but towards the end, the runs that we saw, especially early on too, from the likes of Tim Smith and Damien, oh man, what a fantastic freestyle competition here today in New Orleans.
Yeah, it rounded out the second half of the competition. A lot of guys able to put a freestyle together. Didn't quite see over half the field filling out the clock tonight, but definitely a lot of wild moves, and this track ate up a lot of drivers. But nonetheless, and Brandon Adam, the story of the night, back on top of the racing competition, and he gets to double down the boot, taking away the overall points for the event, and Andrew Sheets just behind him.
And this is usually the moment where I say we'll see you next week. However, the doubleheader weekend here at NAMT rolls on into tomorrow as we are back in Houston, Texas tomorrow night. And it is going to be wild as we're going to see some of the names we saw today and maybe some new faces take on a tricky course in Houston. And you're not going to want to miss that. We'll be here in less than 24 hours back again. And that is going to be exciting. So thank you all for tuning in this week. What a fantastic show here in New Orleans. But we will see you back tomorrow in Houston, Texas. We'll see you there.